Hey, Good Life family, thanks for joining me for today's 128 moment. I want to talk about the power of your testimony. I was reminded of that today. We're reading in the Good Life Journal. We've been going through the book of Acts, as well as Leviticus if you're staying strong in the Old Testament portion, but I recently gave a message at Good Life on Leviticus, and as exciting as that was, I'm going to stick in Acts today if that's cool with you. So Acts 26, what we see is the power of a testimony, and we see Paul, he's brought before this Roman authority named Agrippa, and Paul is asked to give account of his situation. The Jewish leaders, they're kind of in an uproar over Paul and what's going on in his ministry and his life, because he was a Pharisee, now he's a Christian, and he's going into synagogues, he's preaching boldly about Jesus, and this ruler, Agrippa, brings Paul forward to hear this account. And what would you think in your life whenever you think about talking to someone about Jesus? Usually we have these hang-ups intellectually about, well, what if they ask a question about this, or what if they pin me down on some weird topic that I don't know how to answer? But that's not what Paul does. In fact, what Paul does is he simply gives his testimony. He tells Agrippa this. He talks about how Paul was persecuting the church, if you remember. And in verse 12 he says, "On one of these journeys where I was going to Damascus with authority and commission of the chief priest, about noon, King Agrippa, as I was on the road, I saw a light from heaven, brighter than the sun, blazing around me and my companions." And Saul begins to go on and detail his encounter with Jesus. And he talks about Jesus presenting himself to him and saying, "Get up, stand on your feet. I've appeared to you to appoint you as a servant and as a witness of what you have seen and will see of me. I will rescue you from your own people and from the Gentiles. I'm sending you to them to open their eyes and turn them from darkness to light." And Paul goes on and shares his testimony. And I say that just to remind us today that telling other people about Jesus, it doesn't have to be a rich study of apologetics or know all the ins and outs of Old Testament law or anything. It can be as simply as you following this lead of Paul and just sharing what Jesus has done in your life, sharing your personal testimony and how Jesus has transformed your life and how he changes everything for you. So I hope that encourages you today, that you don't have to be a biblical Old Testament or New Testament scholar to tell other people about Jesus. You simply have to be brave enough to share your testimony and talk about what he's done in your life. So Good Life, looking forward to continuing our series this Sunday, Unfinished. And we'll be right here in person at 9:30 and 11, as well as online at 11 o'clock. We'll see you soon.